Hey everybody, we're going to talk quickly about how to find the quadratic equation for the object that you chose. So if we're looking in Desmos, I want to add an image. We're pushing this plus sign and then image. And then I chose a banana. So that banana is not quite in the right place. So I'm going to line it up with the x-axis. And my banana is about 8 inches long. So I've got it set pretty good on my x-axis. And notice that now my banana has a vertex at 4, which is really awesome. I could also slide it down a little bit so that it had 2 vertexes. I could put a vertex here, well, here and here. But I'm going to leave it up here where it has 1 vertex at 4. So now my goal is to find a quadratic equation to fit my banana. It might not fit it perfectly. Notice this is really parabolic, and I might need something a little, quadratic equation is going to be a little flatter than that. So we'll fit it as best as we can, and that's really the biggest goal of our project here. So I know that I have a vertex at the point +4. And what we know about factored equations is that they show our vertexes. For example, if I did x minus 2 times x minus 8, I get a vertex at +2. I get x-intercepts, at +2 and +8. But I have an x-intercept and a vertex at 4. So I've got x minus 4, and I actually don't have any other x-intercepts, just that one. So let's try x minus 4 times x minus 4. And then we see that I have a parabola with a vertex and an x-intercept at 4, 0. But now I need my parabola to be wider. Now, if it was going the other way, if I wanted to flip it over, I can make it negative, but I don't. I need it to be positive. Now I need to make it wider. So let's try some things. What happens if I put a 4 here? My parabola got skinnier. So maybe I need a number that is smaller than 1. What about the number 1/2? That's not quite wide enough. So let's go even smaller. How about 1/4? I'm getting a little bit closer. How about 1/8? That almost fits my parabola perfectly. We did that just by guessing. What makes our parabola wider and skinnier? So now I have 1/8 times x minus 4 times x minus 4. That is in factored form, and I think that we're looking for the standard form of the equation. So we need to do a couple of things, and one of those things is we need to turn this into standard form. So I have the equation. Let me find my pen. 1/8 times x minus 4 times x minus 4. And I want to turn this into standard form. So I'm going to use the FOIL method. X times x is x squared. X times -4 is -4x. -4 times x is -4x. And then -4 times -4 is +16. So I have x squared minus 8x plus 16. And then notice I still haven't done anything with my 1/8. So that needs to come down and be distributed. I get 1/8 x squared. 1/8 times 8x is just x. And then 1/8 times 16 is 2. So my standard form should be 1/8 x squared minus x plus 2. Switch back over to Desmos and see if that worked. 1/8 x squared minus x, and then we're going to move it up 2 spaces plus 2. And those landed right on top of each other. So we can change from factored form to standard form. You can also look up vertex form. The vertex form of a quadratic equation is that's a vertex formula. I want the actual vertex form. There we go. Let's type that correctly. Y equals a minus h squared plus k. Where h and k are the vertex. So remember, my vertex is 4, 0. So I put 4 here, and actually this is just 0. And now I add a slider for a. Look at what I can do. I can kind of try to adjust this to match. But I know, because of my factored form, that a is 1/8. So either of these forms works just fine. We've got our factored form, our standard form, and our vertex form of the equation. I hope this helped you guys find a quadratic equation that fits your parabola pretty well. Doesn't have to be a perfect fit. We just want to see if we can get it kind of close.